Welcome to day 5 of the 12 days of Red Chuck. It's been a good time, but you know what? Let's check in on some news, see what's been happening in the world lately. Did you hear about the robbery at the Apple Store? Police are still investigating. They've got to go back to the store. They were hoping to pick up an eyewitness. Eyewitness? Yeah? Yeah? All right. Then, did you hear about the cheese factory that exploded in France? You know, debris was everywhere. Debris? Debris? All right. Well, enough of that. Let's see what Santa has brought us in our music package today, huh? Ooh, this is a really good one. This comes from artist Sean Barna. This is a single by the name of Everyone's a Queen on Halloween. This is one of my favorite tracks of the year. It's very fun, but also a little melancholy. It's basically celebrating the fact that people can be who they want to be themselves on Halloween, but also the sadness about the fact that some people can't always be who they are the rest of the year. Definitely worth checking out. Sean Barna's on Bandcamp, and of course, this song will be on our mix. Speaking of performers, though, we have a special treat for you. My friend Megan, aka Delicatessen, is going to be bringing us a little bit of comedic stories. So let's go to that now.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite local comedian Delicatessen here to give you a little family-friendly, clean comedy. For now. If you do follow me on social media after this because you like what you see, that's wonderful, but just know that it's not always so squeaky, shall we say? But I like to keep it clean for my good friend Justin at Red Chuck Productions. Today, I'm just going to tell you about all the times my grandmother has unintentionally maimed me. She's a very sweet woman with very old ideals and tries her best to help. One time she almost blinded me by complete accident. When I'm not wearing my glasses, I wear contacts. I first got them when I was a sophomore in high school and was dumb and slept in them. So they kind of stuck to my eyelids. My friend helped me get them out, but by the time I got home, I was crying. I was in so much pain. My mom asked if my grandmother would run to the store and get me some eye drops to help relieve that pain. So she rushed, she grabbed them, she brought them to my house, and my mother hurriedly ripped open the package and poured 6 drops into one of my eyes. And I started crying and saying, "This hurts." And my mom said, "Well, yeah, it might hurt at first, but it'll help." And then I said, "No, Mom, this really bleeping hurts." And I don't curse in front of my mother. So she looked at the box, and my grandmother had grabbed eardrops. There was even a picture of an ear on the box. My mother rushed me and put my head under the sink, and luckily my optometrist came in on a Sunday to save us the emergency room fee and burned the top layer of cells off my eyes. Yeah, I had to wear an eye patch to school for 2 weeks, which was really great for, my social life as a sophomore in high school. Other times it's not that bad, though. I fell last year at work, as I am wont to do because I'm a very clumsy person, and scraped my arm and knee. And she saw it and she said, "Let me put something on that." And I know better than to argue with a 75-year-old Italian woman who wants to tend to you. So I said, "Okay." And she brought out this salve. And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And she goes, yeah, let me put this on. And she puts it on, and it starts to burn. And it starts to tingle. And I'm like, "Grandma, what is this? This is not helping. It tingles." She goes, "Look, it's salve, like I always use, Watkins salve." It was Watkins, but it was a peppermint foot balm for calloused heels. And she said, "Oh, I'm sure it works the same." I said, "My minty wound tends to disagree, Grandma." The one time that was actually the least harmful that we thought I was going to have a lot of complications from is I was home from college, and after a steady diet of Mountain Dew and exactly no water, I got a UTI. It's not a fun experience if you've ever had one. Went to the doctor, got antibiotics. Take 4 pills each day, 3 hours apart. I can do that. So I was home and I was sick and I felt awful. So my grandmother said, "Well, you come over, you get in bed, I'll take care of you." My mom's working. I'm 18 years old. I said, "Okay." I get into bed at her house and I stay there for a few days, eating homemade Italian food and being taken care of by my grandmother, but I'm not getting any better. Nothing feels better. Everything still hurts. I'm still sick. And then on the fourth day, she rushes into my room early in the morning and says, get up, we have to go to the hospital. And immediately I start to worry because, my grandparents are elderly. And I said, what's wrong? She goes, we've got to get you to the hospital right away. I'm like, Grandma, I don't feel that bad. I don't need to go to the hospital. No, we have to go. Grandma, tell me what's going on. I mixed up you and Papa's pills. So he's been taking antibiotics. What have I been taking 4 times a day for 3 days? His prostate medicine. The doctor at the ER, after having a really good laugh, assured me that my non-existent prostate would be fine. And my grandmother asked, well, what about my grandfather? Will he be okay? And he said, well, antibiotics are used to treat many things. I'm surprised he didn't notice a change in his urine color or smell, but he'll be fine. And then she came home and she yelled at him and she goes, why didn't you tell me that your pee was orange and then it smelled bad? And he said, well, I thought it was something you cooked. Grandparents, gotta love them. Happy holidays from me and my family to you and yours.
All right, thank you to Megan, aka Delicatessen. You can check out her website right here. Be sure to keep an eye out for her where she's doing her stand-up comedy or hosting or emceeing. She does a lot of fun stuff out there. She's very entertaining, so check it out. Until next time, we'll see you. Happy holidays.